Jeff, are you happy with the deal? Does it go far enough?
No, it doesn't go far enough, but it does show that the SEC is extraordinarily fair to the company, at least to this board. They're getting a sweetheart deal that they kicked in the face last Thursday that they've come back to take pretty much the same deal. They just tightened it up. Instead of pushing Musk off as chairman for 2 years, it's now 3 years, and such a slight slap on the wrist.
Okay,
just $20 million against him.
I know the great Jeff Sonnenfeld enough to know this. When you say words like overly fair, that is Jeff Sonnenfeld speak for, wow, the SEC rolled over and played dead.
Yeah, they capitulated. I mean, this is fraud. Where's the punishment for fraud here? That's pretty modest. They could have survived. Sure, he's a genius, but there are other roles they could have kept him in. It would have been generous of them to have just let him stay as a board director, and he could have held some title in there. And initially, on Thursday, they said he couldn't be on the board on any corporation or have an executive title. So they could have just let him have those back, but still brought in a new CEO. It would have made a big difference. You know, Brian, there are equally brilliant visionary CEOs who are technology geniuses. Ed Land of Polaroid, Ken Olson of Digital Equipment, William Norris of Control Data, Seymour Cray of Cray Computing, Ann Wang.
These
guys killed their own businesses.
I was going to say, that is a murderer's row. See, you don't want to be associated with those guys long term because at the end, they were great for a while, and then all the companies went away.
They're stubborn. You're exactly right. Their stubbornness that made them foil the cynics early on became the seeds of their own destruction later on. And that's what we see here. This guy's out of control. The board has become like a cult around him. They're all drinking the same Kool-Aid. Nobody's reining in either his. I mean, look at the turnover they've had in the last 18 months. They've had 50 people, significant people, even 30 really key ones, including certain functions. They've had three layers, three cohorts take off in the finance function, in key operational roles, even in autonomous driving, let alone HR. I mean, it's just crazy. Where's the board asking questions? And the wild tweet storms, the financial plan, they don't have the cash that they need. They've got almost half the cash they had last year, and they've got really pressing needs with over $10 billion worth of debt. And every day you hear him saying he's going to build another gigafactory somewhere for $2 billion in China or in Arizona. Where's that money going to come from? And operational plans, they've got things they need to work on. And now that's not the SEC's challenge. The SEC's challenge was to show that they're really going to punish somebody for fraud, and this was clear fraud.
Can I ask you to switch gears in the generous time we have left, Jeff, very quickly to talk about somebody else you've written about, kind of a young visionary, which is Mark Zuckerberg. Another hacking scandal on Friday. They've had their privacy issues at Facebook. A lot of people feel like they have been misled or deceived in part by the company here. Do you think that Mark Zuckerberg needs to be, as you wrote about Musk, restrained and contained? Does something need to be done about Zuck?
Well, you know, Zuckerberg, he too is a genius. Again, shouldn't leave the firm, but they should be thinking about some kind of succession there. We see cults form around these guys, whether or not Zuckerberg or Travis Kalanick at Uber or John Schnatter at Papa John's, Anthony Mason at Groupon. You can replace these people. You can find a key role for them, at least most of them. I'm not so sure about at Papa John's. To find a key role for them, looking at the turnover they've had there, too, is why is it you've lost the founders of WhatsApp, you've lost the founders of Instagram, and the people are being discouraged from their key acquisitions. It was the people that made the difference. Why can Bob Iger at Disney buy the top leaders and hold on to them at Pixar and Marvel and Lucas and keep creative people together? Here, it's kind of my way or the highway. It's Zuckerberg's interventions. But when it comes to regulatory compliance, it's a huge issue. The Electronic Privacy Information Center has shown that basically many of these problems could have been prevented, and the board has not been on the ball here. And they just sort of following blindly and religiously Mark Zuckerberg, and they need to put some more pressure on him, more accountability. He's gotten enormously wealthy, like Musk, on other people's money. If you're going to do that, you need to be accountable to them.